Hello people, happy Monday, and today we have a rebuild video. Today we are going to be rebuilding my Gateway 831GM here. Now the board that I had in this machine, which I don't have anymore because it died. Well, it died, I had to put a cap on it and I didn't like it. I had an Intel desktop board, and the one thing I did not like about that board was I could not check CPU temps or any other temps with it in BIOS, so it was a junky board. So we're going to rebuild it today. And for the motherboard, we are going to be using, this is an ASUS P5GD1-VM, has a Pentium 4, 3 gigahertz, it has 1 mega cache, but that's alright. And I have 2.5 gigs of, so I've got my phone going off. I have 2.5 gigs of DDR memory for it. I got a speaker, which I'm going to put on, so I can get beat codes. I got a speaker there. Let me get my phone out of my pocket here real quick. So in terms of, I have for PCI cards, I have a Sound Blaster Live, very good sound card. So you know, it was from my Dimension 4600. I use it in here. And for graphics, I have an ATI Radeon X300 SE. It has 128 megabytes of video memory on it. And for CPU cooler, I'm going to use that one that was from that Gateway, which has a backplate on it, which is what I want. And I also got a new CMOS battery, which I'm going to put on some Arctic Silver to apply on. So I'm going to go ahead and get the RAM and CPU installed, and then I'll come back to you. Alrighty, I got the CPU cooler on, and I got the RAM on. So what I'm going to go and do now is I'm going to go ahead and get all of this in the case, and I'll come back to you. Alrighty, I got the board in the case. I got a fan in the back. I just got to put the graphics card, the sound card, the drives, and the power supply in, and I'll get back to you. Alrighty, the system is done. So, see what we got. We have the Ace Power 400 watt power supply, which is alright, it works. The DVD drives that came with the Gateway originally. And we have the hard drives, a 250 gig that came with the computer originally, a 320 gig, the Pentium 4, 2.5 gigs of RAM, the Noctua fan, the ATI Radeon X300, and my sound card. And I did cut the FireWire stuff off because I wouldn't need it, since this board doesn't have FireWire, but that's what it looks like on the back. There's the power supply, there's the new I/O port for the board, and the other I/O. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this downstairs and we'll boot it up and everything, so yeah. Alrighty, I got it all hooked up. It's all over here. So let's go ahead and put the switch on the power supply. And let's turn it on. And I got the power off connected wrong. Going to the BIOS. Looks like I got the power LED connected wrong. And the it's a little noisy, so CMOS settings wrong, CMOS time and date not set. So we'll press F1 to go into setup. Okay, so it is 9:59. It is May 1st, 2023. We don't have a floppy drive installed. Okay, there's the DVD drive, the DVD ROM, boot the hard drive, and the drive. 3 gigahertz Pentium 4, 2.5 gigs of RAM. I'm gonna have to fix my speaker. Now this was what I wanted. Going to hardware monitor. CPU is running at 43 degrees. Once that Arctic Silver cools, it should be fine. So I want to turn the Q fan control on. Motherboard temperature is running at 25. The power supply voltages look good. So boot device priority. I want to boot from the DVD drive. Oh. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix my power LED. Alrighty, everything's working good. I did get power LED going, the hard drive LED going, and the speaker going. So we're going to proceed with an OS install, and we're going to install XP Pro on here. Don't need Media Center on here, so we'll proceed with that. So, yep, I did get the speaker going. There we go here. So yeah, we'll proceed with a Windows XP install. And I did set the DVD drive to be the first one. So yeah. Yep. It's a much better computer than what was in here before, so I like the motherboard I put in here better than the one I put in here before, so yeah, Windows. Yep, set up as loading files, so yeah. Yep, this is my new Pentium 4, my other Windows XP machine. But of course, one over there connected to that one, the Core 2 Duo one, that's going to be my main one. And this will just be my Pentium 4 one, just because why not, right? Oh, hold on. Oh, something's wrong with my disk. Yeah, I'll come back to you once I got Windows going and everything's good to go. So, you know. Alrighty, got Windows installed, and I got a few games on here. Not a whole lot, but once I get everything installed, I'll probably do a video on it. So I'll show you what I've done to it. I did add a speaker to it, or a motherboard speaker to it. So this is the BIOS, and it has a fresh install of XP on it. So yeah, let it boot up here. And yeah, it runs very well. Let me put my password. So if we go into properties here, it does have a 3 GHz Pentium 4, 2.5 gigs of RAM. I did put the OEM info in just because why not? And Windows XP Professional. I don't need Media Center on here for what I'm doing with it. One game I don't have on here, but it does work. I do have Resident Evil 4, Call of Duty 2, the Unreal Anthology, and Locomotion on here. I'm going to install more games on this computer, so yeah, and I want to thank you all for watching this video, so have a good one.